Well, English as a foreign language. In this topic, that EFL English as a foreign language, EFL is essentially UK term, as I earlier told that in my previous lecture, whereas the ESL is an American term. In our country, that is in India, we speak English as one of the languages, and we use to speak English as one of the languages, as because of our needs, and this is in addition to our mother tongue and our official language, that is the Hindi and English. Now ESL is the abbreviation of English as a second language, whereas the EFL stand for English as a foreign language. These are the two different approaches of the learning English. So that ESL stands for the English as a second language, while EFL stands for the English as a foreign language. Now talking to the ESL, ESL is used in context to teaching English in a multilingual groups in a country where English is a official or the dominant language, means that we are using the English in our country in the context to teaching English in a multilingual group, because the variety of the languages that is spoken by the people in India, and that's why the multilingual groups in the country where English is the official or the dominant language, so that's why that we have to depend on the English language for the communication purpose. Whereas we can see EFL is used in the context to teaching English in a monolingual groups in their own country. Monolingual groups in their own countries. Some groups that they require used to context for the teaching, in order to teach them, in order to they can understand, the EFL is required. Now EFL is another approach meant for the people living in their own country where English is not a dominant or official language. In that country where the English is a not dominant, not official language, we can see that English is a official language in our country, but in some countries there is a no official or dominant language. So English is treated as the foreign. We can see that English is treated as a foreign language, and therefore the people may or may not be interested to learn English. So English is treated as a foreign language, and that's why the people are not interested to learn the English, or the learning the English is not, it is very crucial for them, for these people, as English is not dominant of that place. Okay students, let's move ahead, go further. In our country like India, where literacy rate is not so high, yet English is not a foreign language. Literacy rate is not so high, even though that English is not a foreign language. Even the large percentage we can see from the north to south and east to west, that the large proportionate of the people here know the basics of the English. Even the remotest area, the people can speak English in our country. So this spread of English language learning is due to the fact of British era. Because of the British era has influenced our own culture, in India, Indians may not always pronounce English. In India, English words like the native English speakers means in India the roots that is developed by the Britishers, and Indians may not always pronounce English words like the native speakers. Though they cannot pronounce the English words, but even will find the tracing the English words in almost of Indian languages, including the one in the rural areas. We can see that from the rural and the remotest areas, the people can understand and listen, speak, read and write the English language. Okay, then India's education system itself include the state language as the first language. Means that the state, whatever it may be, the state, their language is whatever. English as the second language that we considered because it is an official language. So basic knowledge of the English alphabets, numbers is a present even in the most illiterate citizens. So illiterate people know also the English language, except for the tribal. Not, we can also see in the tribal. Of course, there are 4 main domains in the language proficiency, that LSRW, listening, speaking, reading and writing, that we can see among the peoples. Each of them is important to get a good hold of the language, of this particular English language. So here in this, that we learn what is EFL. Thank you very much, students.